Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Welcome to NIVS Home School. Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine by the grace of Almighty. I am Erfan Ullah, an assistant teacher of Islam and Moral Education, National Ideal English Version School, Dhaka. Now, I am going to take Islam and Moral Education class for class 6 student. Our today's topic is chapter number 4, lecture number lesson 5, 6 and 7. Lecture number is 7 and also HW number will be 7. Here is my name and it's my mobile number. So dear students, listen to me carefully. Let's start our class. The first topic is duty towards neighbors. We know that who live around us are our neighbors. So man is a social being. We live in the society. Many other people live around us. Those who live around us are our neighbors. It's a definition of neighbors. So underline this sentence from those till neighbors. Our Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said 40 homesteads in front and behind, on the left and the right are all neighbors. It's the hadith of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and there is a word that homesteads, that means house. Then people living around us either permanently or temporarily are called neighbors. Even those who journey together may be termed as neighbors. Duties. It's the duties towards neighbors. We are Muslims. All those who live around us, the Hindus, the Buddhists, the Christians, are all our neighbors. It is our duty to behave well with our neighbors. In this regard, the Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Khairul jirane indallahi khairuhum li jarihi," meaning the person who is good to his neighbors is the best to Allah. So memorize it, and it's so much important for you. Underline it. You have to memorize only the meaning. So in next page, the person who spends the night in comfort with a hungry neighbor nearby has no brought faith on me genuinely. It's the hadith of Darimi. It is necessary to keep track of neighbors when they are sick or in adversity. That is a word that is track, that means query or search. So track of neighbors, that means query or search of neighbors that who are good condition or who are bad condition. And also the word adversity, that means unfriendly situation. Adversity, unfriendly situation. None should find out the minor faults of the neighbors, and it is our moral obligation not to give them any sort of pain, not to behave unjustly with them. In this regard, the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "La yadkhulul jannata man la yu'manu jaruhu bawa'iqahu," meaning the person whose neighbors are not safe from his or her torture and indecent behavior will not enter Jannah. So underline this hadith. Then the right of a relative is that if he falls ill, you will nurse him. If he dies, you will go up to the graveyard with his dead body and take part in the funeral. Funeral, that means mourning. We have to express mourning to them. It's a duty as a neighbor. If he is in need, you will lend him money. If he fails to provide himself with cloth, you shall provide him with the same. If you find any blessing of him, congratulate him. If he is endangered, share his sorrows with sympathy. Do not build your home higher than his, so that he may not be deprived of open air. Even the smell of your food should not raise hunger in him and cause pain. If it happens so, send him a little from your food. It's the regulation of Islam that you have to give food to others, to our neighbors, and it's the hadith from Tabarani. So we shall live with our neighbors in harmony. We shall stand beside them in weal and woe. We shall not quarrel with them. Then the next topic, lesson number 6. Respect to elders and affection to youngers. Students, one of the most admirable features of human character is his or her ability to respect the elders and to have affection for the younger ones. That is the word affection. That means fondness or love. So we have to express fondness or love to others. Then we will able to make a good relationship with others, to our neighbors, to our elders, to our youngers. So it's so much important that we have to practice affection. We have to express affection to others. A person who respects the elders and shows affection for the youngers is an ideal man. So as an ideal person, ideal man, we have to respect the elders and shows affection for the youngers. Underline it. Underline this sentence: from a person who respects the elders and shows affection for the youngers is an ideal person. Our dear Prophet ﷺ used to honor the elders and love the youngers. He always tried to meet the loving demands of the children. So here is a hadith from Rasul ﷺ that the great Prophet ﷺ says, لَيْسَ مِنَّا مَنْ لَمْ يَرْحَمْ صَغِيرُنَا وَلَمْ يُوَقِّرْ كَبِيرُنَا. The meaning of this hadith is, the person who does not show affection to the youngers and does not respect the elders is not to be considered my follower. Follower, that means ummat. So the student, memorize. You have to memorize this hadith, that the person who does not show affection to the youngers and does not respect the elders is not to be considered my follower, ummah. It's the hadith from Tirmidhi. So dear students, saying salam to the elders, showing honor to them, talking with courtesy, helping the elders in their works, avoiding by the orders and advice, and to make room for the elders by standing up are all moral and human responsibilities. It's the criteria that how we be able, how the system of respect to elders and affection to youngers. Here is mentioned some criteria that how we express. So here is the hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said, if any young man shows respect to any old man in consideration of his age, Allah will arrange somebody to show respect to him in his old age. This is a hadith from Tirmidhi. Underline this hadith. Okay, dear students, the next topic is lesson 7, good manners with classmates. The students know that man is a social being. He has to work with others in the society. There are many others studying in the school with us. Those who study with us in the same class are classmates. So here is a question that who is our classmates? So the answer will be those who study with us in the same class are classmates. It's the definition of classmates. We have warm and sweet relationship with our classmates. Our classmates are like our siblings. We care for the convenience and inconvenience of one another in the school. So there is a word convenience. Convenience, that means benefit or advantage, and also inconvenience. Inconvenience, that means gloomy mind or discouraged of one another. So we don't show inconvenience or discourage one with another. If any of our classmates fell ill, it is our duty to nurse him or her. If necessary, we should help him or her to get to the doctor. If anybody is without essential things like books, exercise books, pen, pencil, etc., we should lend him those things. In Al-Quran, Allah said, وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاعُونَ. So it's so much important to help others, giving essential things that like it will be books, exercise books, pen, pencil, and any other thing. So when a person wants some that kinds of thing, we have to give them as help. So dear students, we must refrain from such expressions as would make one feel mean. We must show respect to one another. Bitter words must not be exchanged among classmates. Sometimes we use bitter words towards classmates, so we don't do it. It's a bad habit that we use bitter words with our classmates or any other people in our life. So we have to refrain from it. It's prohibited in Islam. It doesn't allow Islam. So dear students, if we behave well with the classmates, the environment in the class and that of the school remains good. It is very essential for good education. Dear students, I have already shared with you the important sentences and hadith from here. So I expect that you have understood to this topic clearly. And here is the SW topic. Your SW topic is write some duties towards your neighbors. You have to submit your SW on this topic, that write some duties towards your neighbors. So dear students, keep practicing at home and avoid by your parents. See you later. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.